Thompson, criminal defense attorney, you heard it there from Gilbert. This kid said on the way to the hospital when he's driving the mom who's got her throat slit, you got to promise not to sue me. That reveals that he has absolutely zero knowledge of how the criminal justice system works, that he's worried about being sued, as opposed to being arrested, charged with attempted murder, and thrown in jail for the rest of his life.
Right. I mean, it's very unfortunate, but I think you were right at the top of the lead into this, Jane, when you said that teenagers today, this is a culture of violence we're living in. And, you know, I don't doubt that kids 13, 15 years old understand the difference between right and wrong, but just how much they do and how much of violence is indoctrinated into their way of thinking as a daily part of their life is really what's at question here. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that the mom's at any fault here, but look, she was trying to break up this romance by hitting the kid with a stick. Violence begets violence. So where do you think the kid learned
agree.
this
Is that a mitigator? Lisa Lockwood, investigator, should that be, author of Undercover Angel, should that be a mitigator?
Well, look at the fact of the parents obviously tried to keep them away from each other. So I would want to know about the delinquency prior to that. What kind of issues did they have with their daughter? As far as disobedience, did she stay out late? Did she disobey? Had she raised her hand to them at any point in time? Did Solis go to attack them in order to try to sustain the relationship? So yes, it's absolutely a mitigator, because that was the issue ultimately, that they decided that they would not be able to be together based on being struck with a stick, and they felt that that was their last resort, unfortunately.
Let's go out to the phone lines. Bob, Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
My question is this.
There's no question.
I saw her mom was on her daughter's side. It seems like her daughter thinks that she's innocent too, and she was involved too in it. And my thing is, do you think her daughter will get charged the same as her boyfriend?
Well, there's the mom with the scarf right there, and there's the father. They showed up at court. The mother, and I'll go back to Kimberly Priest Johnson on this, stood next to her daughter's defense attorney. So to me, that says that she's taking her daughter's side. If the mother ultimately decides she doesn't want to prosecute, how does that impact this case?
I don't think it'll impact it at all. Look, the fact, at least in my mind, that she's standing beside her daughter doesn't mean she's taking her side. It means she's standing by her daughter because she's a mother, and that's what most mothers would do. You know, the mother did tell the police that what her daughter did and what her daughter's boyfriend did. So I don't think she's trying to cover up for her in any way. She's just being supportive as a mother.
Simone Bien, final thought on this.
I actually think that her mother might be in denial and might be protective of the daughter and thinks that as a 13-year-old, she may have been led astray by a 15-year-old. So I think this is going to play out.
I think it will be a factor. Ultimately, we'll have to see. We'll stay on top of this. Now, I got to tell you, I almost fell off my chair this morning. There's a frightening new conspiracy theory emerging about the plane that vanished into thin air. Are we looking at a potentially horrific scenario for Flight 370? Do we need to prepare for the end game? Is there